Alright, so you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go ahead and go into also Genesis, I mean not Genesis, but we're gonna go into what scriptures that give me a sec. It was just on my mind. The one in the New Testament, Matthew's. Let's go to Matthew's chapter 20, verse 1. Because like we said, you say that evening is night. You stuck with that. And y'all say that it's complete darkness. That's what they teach. So therefore, since evening is nothing but night, therefore, like we said, we can't show you no other scriptures that evening meaning anything else. But we have been doing it. We've been showing you that evening is a part of the day.
That's right.
And
Matthew 20
you got it.
1.
Okay, yeah, Matthew. Well, yeah, we're gonna start at verse 1, and then we about to go into Matthew chapter 20, verse 1.
Matthew chapter 20 and verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. He went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard.
And that's a key point. Early in the morning. Go ahead, Doc.
And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day.
And that's another strong statement. You see morning, then you see a penny a day.
That's
so
right.
Now we about to see again, like we referenced with other scripture, what is a day? What do our people in the scripture see a day to be?
He sent them into his vineyard after he agreed with them for a penny a day, of course. Verse 3. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. So I want to touch it right here and say he said the third hour. Notice all these references of time that the scriptures are giving you. He said he went out early in the morning. So, and he said about the third hour, which we would say is roughly 3 hours after you see sunlight. So we'll call it 9 a.m. He said around the third hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace.
Right. And just to touch, I don't want to cut you off, did you? Just to say something real quick, just like what we were saying that you got to pay attention to. He said, like he brought up morning, then he says a penny a day. And what we always go into reference, let's see what people consider a day is, and to touch into another point is, which I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna let's get to the point of the scripture. Go
yes,
ahead.
Sir. And then he saw others standing idle in the marketplace. So if somebody's standing idle, that means some other people are doing something. So the marketplace is open for business. They're standing around idle. Right. And said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way. Again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. So more references of time. He went out 3 times that day. So the 3rd hour, the 6th hour, and the 9th hour. He's going out every 3 hours.
Right. So right now we're talking about around 12.
So we're talking about noon, and then 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand ye here all the day idle? So they've been here all day. He said the 11th hour. Right. All the day idle. Y'all been standing here. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. I'm gonna wait, because I'm gonna wait what I was gonna reiterate on something. So I'm gonna wait till the part comes up.
Stay ye all the day idle. They said unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. Verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. So going from evening unto morning.
And when you
go, notice that. He said from last unto first. So you go in reverse order from even unto morning. Just like the Most High did when he created the day. He said from even unto morning. This is a precept to that. I just wanted to throw that in. But go ahead, what you have to say?
No, I was just saying, and make sure y'all notice that when y'all was keeping track of the hours, and when he got to around 11, you can see he's talking around like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
So,
yeah, when he got to the 11th hour,
right.
he that's why he says evening. Because we referencing showing you again that evening is a part of that day.
At the going down of the sun. It's still part of the going down of the sun.
And just to reiterate over my point, when I was saying when I get to this point was because we know because we ain't gonna read out the rest of all the stories, but we know that the laborers complained when they seen that the man was giving them the same amount, because the dudes that worked there early in the morning,
that's right,
from the first hour, it's like, wait a minute, we've been working longer. But the dudes who came in later, which he was still showing you, which is a part of the day, you know what I'm saying, the dudes was complaining. And he says, but I told you a penny a day. Day reference to light. He didn't say, I'm going to give you based off hourly wage. He said a day. I'm going to give you a penny a day. So from that first to that 12th hour, that's a day.
That's right.
So no matter what part of the hours that you came into work, this is where people get misunderstanding. He said, how you misunderstand me? What they do with us? Right. I didn't tell you, like he said, an hourly wage. Each hour you get a penny. He said a penny a day. That's why these scriptures cut. Just to go real quick, let's hop to John chapter 20. Start at verse 1, then we're going to drop down, I think, to 18 or verse 19. 1 and 2. We'll figure it out.
John chapter 20 and verse 1. It reads, the first day of the week came it Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then,
what you at verse 1? Was at the end of verse? Let's start right there. So what we're going to do is, we all know, and we know the other 3 parts of the scriptures, because I think where we at in what the scripture verses that I just told you to read?
John.
Yeah, we in John, then we know what Mark got it. Right. And if I'm not mistaken, Matthew's probably, you know what I'm saying? We got these 3 different stories of when Mary came. We know she came early that morning.
Right.
At the breaking of the dawn.
Right.
Now we know that this is the start of the day.
Right.
Now give me verse 19 in that John chapter, that same verse, John chapter 20, I think it's verse 18 or 19.
We're going to start at 18 and 19.
Is it 18?
It's 18.
Okay.
Well, it's actually 19. It's actually 19. It's 19.
Okay. Then the same day at evening. Well, you want me? I'm gonna read 18.
Yeah.
Let me read 18. Mary Magdalene came and told the disciple that she had seen Yahweh, and that he had spoken these things unto her. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut.
Just stop right there. All right. What we was getting into, is we know Mary Magdalene came unto them and said, yo, I just seen, guess who I just seen? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, the scripture tell you in verse 19, at evening, the same day. Now, when did she start at the day? Early that morning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
At the breaking of dawn, dawning towards the first day of the week.
Why, it's still dark.
And so by their logic, this would be a whole nother day.
Exactly.
Your evening starts a whole nother day. It said that same day at evening.
So we told you evening was a part of that day. But I just said, right here, this is the start of a new day. Because y'all say that when evening comes, that's the start of the day. So just a precept to cut something out, because this is another scripture that y'all like to use. Let's get that Leviticus chapter 23 verse 32 real quick.
Leviticus chapter, what's that?
Leviticus chapter 23 verse 32.
And 32.
Because this is another scripture y'all like to use, that y'all try to reference that your day start at night. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just completely bypass these scriptures. You got
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at evening, from even until even, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
So right here is another scripture they like to use. They're trying to say, see, because we start our Sabbath day at evening, which I was off, which if you go watch the other video that we got where we cut that. But just to get into what I was trying to get into, breaking off from that John chapter 20 verse 19 scripture was, we see right here, which we know from the beginning of scripture, everybody know this is referring to the days of atonement.
Right.
Now we know at the very top of scripture, I think about verse 27, which it says the 10th day. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Is
also
verse,
on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
So we see right here, it says when we go down to verse 32, it say the 9th at evening, and then we know we got the 10th at evening.
That's right.
So therefore we know that the evening belongeth to that day. But y'all don't reference this, and this is at them also people who go by the Friday to Saturday, the regular, they go by this Gregorian calendar. This is also a hit to y'all because when you go into the scripture, you see that this is 2 days. Y'all say evening to evening is 1 day. Right. But the Father just showed you that at the 9th that evening to the 10th that evening. Now we got 2 different days right here. This is straight cut. So we know that the evening belonging to that early part of the day, which you have the evening on the 9th day.
Late part of the day.
Well, yeah, you know, so,
you said it belonged to the early part of the day.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, well, you know, what I'm referencing is that evening on the 9th day belonging to that morning. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. So that evening belonging to the morning. Then it goes into the 10th at evening, which we know that evening, which is on the 10th day, belonging to that morning.
Of the 10th day.
Of the 10th day.
Right.
So this is where we show you. And then even with that scripture, we can go into, if y'all won't, just go read Exodus chapter verse 16 through. You'll see that they started the Sabbath day was during the day, not at night. When it tells them that they should keep it like the Sabbath, meaning you should not buy, cook, you know what we ain't supposed to do on the Sabbath. We ain't supposed to do it on the Day of Atonement. So the concept is not hard to understand. It's just when you don't have the knowledge and you come into a knowledge of what people claiming to be true, they can teach you anything. But if you as an individual eventually don't say, let me go back and reiterate or research back over the information that was brought to me and see if it's real, see if it really hold any weight or hold any water. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right. And I always ask people all the time. I mean, y'all gotta have to show me Sabbath night. You're gonna have to show me that one because I have not found that one yet.
Every time we see Sabbath day, you still want to start it when the night comes.
When the night comes, that doesn't make.
So this is what doctrine detectives is supposed to do. Go out and investigate the information that was given, and that's what we trying to do. We got more stuff to bring, but we just saying that we doing it in a way that people can say, well, you can't say that we're not bringing you scriptures. We're not bringing you precepts. We're not showing you history and what they was doing in the land. So, what was you?
And you know what I'm saying. So far, what we just been doing is showing you one. That's why when we say we cut Genesis 1 and 5 is because one, you say that evening is night. We just went into the scriptures and proved that wrong. You also say that your day began at night. We just went into the scriptures and proved that wrong. You can't refute the scriptures that we done brought up so far. Just like we sit here and say, when you dealing with the even when you dealing with the word Arab or what is it, Ereb for evening. Which is the Hebrew word, Arab is for evening, right? And then you have Lael or something like that for night. Them two words are not synonymous.
No, sir.
So when you go around telling us that your day start at night, y'all just off with the whole words that is coming out your mouth. So with that, we want to just bring out a couple of real quick, most scriptures real quick. And let's jump to 1 Samuel chapter 19, verse 11. Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 10 and 11.
Deuteronomy chapter 13.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 10.
23, verse 10 says, if there be among you any man that is not clean, by reason of uncleanness that chanceth him by night. Then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
Right.
So this is giving us a scenario of, it says that if he happens to become unclean at night, you want to pick that up, Art?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what we have right here in the scripture now, it says that he came into it says that he is unclean until evening, right? So that means, but the scripture says that he washed up at evening and came in the camp at night.
Right.
So he's showing you the separation of evening and night. That evening is still a part of that day. Just like when a man coming forth and doeth his work and he get done that evening, we know he ain't doing it coming in at night. He coming in the span where he can get dressed. Wash up, put his stuff up, get all ready for, supper time. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
let me read that scripture again just to reiterate that. But it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. So ain't no going down of the sun, and he come into the camp.
When
the sun is down. That's how you know that the scriptures differentiates between evening and night.
And that cuts right back to the scripture we brought before with, I think, Jeremiah 6:4. You know what I'm saying? The evening after going down of the sun. But in the scripture, like it told you, it says when the sun is down, meaning when it's set, it's not in the sky no more. Then you come into the camp.
Right, and that's night.
And let me see if this scripture is what I want real quick.
Jeremiah
Leviticus. I was just reiterating from the scriptures. Leviticus chapter 22. Let me see, verse. Yeah, one of y'all want to get that for me. Verse, start at verse 6.
What?
Leviticus chapter 22, verse 6. We're gonna read to verse 6 through 7.
Says, the soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even, and shall not eat of the holy things, unless he wash his flesh with water. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food.
So right here, which I like to just throw precepts out. And like I said, we got scriptures where it's precept upon precept upon precept. You can't do this with showing me that evening is the start of your day, or evening and evening is a day. You can't prove that according to scriptures.
Not at all.
So that's why I wanted to come right to this scripture from that scripture, because I'm showing you the same thing. When the sun is down.
Right.
Again, that's when he should come into the camp, showing you that evening is a part of the process of when the sun is going down.
That's right. Not
night. So y'all want to come with other, whatever y'all want to come with. I'm showing you what the scriptures is actually saying. Not my opinion, not how we want to feel about the scripture. Like I said, we used to do this. But at the same time, we know that I put it to you like this. I'm not about to fall because of man. You know what I'm saying? And what we have with most of our people is they become lovers of men. They start to praise men and worship men and look at these men as if they have all the answer. The same thing with these people that was part of when Christ came onto the scene. All these people that was with the scribes and Pharisees, the people that was a part of their groups, they wasn't trying to hear Christ because they thought the person who was leading had it all. You know what I'm saying? Right. So this is why we tell you got to look into the
that's right.
Into this into the scripture. Like I brought out, I think he said very early, he says the scripture where it says study to show thyself approved.
Exactly. 2:15.
So what people ain't doing, and just like also the scripture says in what Thessalonians 2:15, which is that the scripture where it says prove all things?
Prove all things. Thessalonians.
Is it second Thessalonians
or something like that?
Yeah, want to get it.
Israel know what that scripture is. They use it so much.
Yeah, they do.
Let me research that just 1 second and see if I can find it for you.
I thought it was 5 or something.
Oh, you know what? I had y'all read Deuteronomy. What when I left, or was that First Samuel's? Did someone pull out
think we
First
got
Samuel?
First Samuel,
Okay, we're
yeah.
gonna get that next.
5 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. My fault. So what was it again? What is that? Thessalonians chapter.
5. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21.
So my fault about that, family. So did y'all hear that? Say it again for him. I don't know if I was
1
talking.
Thessalonians 5 and 21
Okay.
through verse 23.
So like it says, prove
And I'll
all
read
things.
that. 1 second. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21 says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. I'll just stop there because that's what we wanted out of that. You know what I'm saying? Not 21 through 23. It's actually just 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. But to prove all things means, you gave some definitive confounding of evidence, or not confounding, but profound evidence that shows what you're trying to say. And there's no way you can do that with the scriptures as it pertains to proving that a day starts at night.
So just like Ox said, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna keep going on through this all day. Like I said, we got another video up that goes through not even all the scriptures, because we didn't give all the scripture then, because it would have been like a 5-6 hour video.
Yeah.
That's how much scriptures we got.
That video was what, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yep, like 2 hours or 3 hours long.
So if you want to check that video out, we'll put the link right down below in the message bar, in the drop down box, where you can see that video. But if you haven't got anything else,
let's go get this 1 Samuel chapter 19 verse 11.
Forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? Just to throw a couple of them out. We got a little time left. Just to throw a couple of scriptures out, hit them real quick. 1 Samuel chapter 19 verse 11.
1 Samuel chapter 19 verse 11 says, Saul also sent messengers unto David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, if thou save not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be slain.
Now when we read this verse right here, this is just like more scripture that just will flow over people's mindset when you just stuck into believing one thing and you're not trying to seek for truth. Now it says Saul sent messengers unto David to watch him, to slay him in the morning. Now here go the key point. It says his wife told him that he need to get up out of there tonight. Then it says, because tomorrow thou will be slain. Now if night is supposed to be a new day,
right,
why is she saying tomorrow you will be slain? Which tomorrow is reference towards what? That morning, because that's where Saul sent the people to tell them to slay him that morning.
Right.
So right here we see that night should be the start of the day, and they shouldn't be referenced the word tomorrow at all.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to pull out that scripture real quick. Where we at? Let me see. Let me think. What matter of fact, what is you know what I'm saying? One of the things we like to do also throw out some stuff. Throw out, what is that saying when one honestly hear the truth? Because this is one of the issues we have with people when you claim you seek truth. You know what I'm saying? But this is a good quote or saying, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going to present unto you real quick.
It's one of my favorite quotes, and we should all take it, to heart. And it says, when an honest man, well, I'm sorry, let me start that over. It says, when a man is honestly
Yeah, I think they say when a man is honestly mistaken.
When an honest man hears with
it's getting now.
When a man is honestly mistaken.
There it is. When a man is honestly mistaken and he hears the truth, he either ceases to be mistaken or he starts to be dishonest.
And that's what you have with most people is when they hearing the truth, you either going to stop being mistaken or you're just going to start to be dishonest right off the spot. And half the time people choose to just be dishonest right off the spot, because you want to hold on. Like I keep saying, when you know, a lot of times if you come into the concept of saying, you know what, I have some information that probably show that our day don't start at night, you more than likely you're gonna get shunned from your camp. So a lot of these brothers would just become so one-minded because they want to stay apart. They rather have brotherly love than the real correction.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. In which, like I said, this is not me trying to knock on camp, but we knows the pros and cons when it comes to camp. So you know what I'm saying. So we going, like I said, we just going into the doctrine, and this is just honest truth. We have not yet came across nobody who have yet came in and disproved anything that we brought forth. And when we ask people questions, we always get crickets. We don't get no sounds. We don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to see. Go ahead, say something.
I got one real quick. I want to did you already read Joshua 8:29? You already throw that one down at him? No. I just want to go and say, and the king of Ai, he hanged on a tree until eventide. And as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it in the entering of the gate of the city, and raise thereon a great heap of stones that remember unto this day. Now, I mean,
he said as soon as what?
At eventide. You know what I'm saying?
He said when the sun was down.
And then he said as soon as the sun was down, then he told him to take the body down.
Right, as soon as the sun was down. So he told him to take it down at night, because what it says, cursed that, what it say about a man being cursed and hanging on a tree?
Yeah, he cursed the field. So yeah, basically, you know, we have to get the body down before night.
Or it'd be cursed, right? But they didn't do that with him. Joshua said, leave him up there till night.
Till night.
Because there's science involved in that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they miss out. They just read a scripture and just see night and apply it to their theory, no matter what the scripture say.
Oh.
So, you know, go ahead, Ak, what you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I'm gonna go ahead. Like, man, I can go all day, but like I said, we wasn't trying to hold up this session. We just wanted to come through and straight just do some quick cutting. And I want to get one last scripture, and that's John chapter 17, verse 11. I mean, not John, Job. My fault. Job chapter 17, verse 11.
Let's see, give me 1 second here. You there? Go ahead.
Job chapter 17, verse 11. It reads, my days are past, but my days are past, my purpose are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart.
Oh, that's probably, you got Job 17. Oh, okay, my fault. Job 17, verse 12, I mean.
Like, they changed the night into day.
They did what?
They changed the night into day.
This is one of the problems we having today, because they changed the night, what they say, into day. So this is what we say in the scriptures is telling you that this is what they doing, and we know they have been doing this. And
the light is short because of darkness.
So right there with that, I just wanted to leave off with that scripture. And you know what I'm saying, and all I can say is to those, you know what I'm saying, at the end of this video, you know what I'm saying, hey, you ain't gonna be able to convince everybody off the rip. Some people can receive understanding now, and some people might receive it later. I have definitely seen it happen, because it happened to me. With that being said, Shalom.
And good day from the Doctrine Detectives. We'll see y'all next time with the next doctrine that's gonna get missiles launched at it. And we're not saying don't rebuttal, leave your comments, like, share, you know what I mean, subscribe, and we'll be back at y'all with the next one next time.
Stay tuned for Double D, the Doctor and Detective.
Right.